Learn English with these breaking news stories. After each story, we will ask you follow-up questions. See how your answers compare to ours. Good luck.
There's an old saying that goes, Rome wasn't built in a day. Well, it seems like the same could be said for becoming a master chair craftsman. Imagine dedicating a whopping 70 years of your life to perfecting the art of crafting chairs. That's the remarkable journey that our maestro of seated artistry embarked upon. Let's dive into this captivating story of passion, dedication, and the quest for mastery. Starting out, a simple passion, it all began with a fascination for wood, for the rough texture and the promise it held. Our chair crafting maestro started with simple tools, not some fancy gadgetry. No, it was all about the basics, a hammer, a saw, and that unquenchable desire to create. There were no shortcuts back then, no YouTube tutorials to fast-track the process. It was a path illuminated solely by the burning passion for the craft. Learning from mistakes, the honest path. The journey wasn't without its bumps and bruises. Mistakes were made, oh yes, plenty of them. But each one was a lesson, a nugget of wisdom tucked away for the future. There's something deeply satisfying about working through the kinks on your own, about discovering the grain's quirks and the wood's moods without a manual. The maestro often wonders, would I have learned as much if I had a map that spelled out every step? Patiently chasing perfection, the 70-year climb. Patience, it's a virtue they say. And the maestro had it in spades. 70 years, my friends, that's a lifetime for some. Imagine that. 70 years of chipping away, shaping, refining, and sanding. This wasn't some hasty dash, it was a slow and steady climb up the mountain of mastery. It makes you ponder, do we truly grasp the beauty of patience in today's world of instant gratification? The art of simplicity, embracing the basics in a world where gadgets are vying for our attention every second. The maestro chose the path of simplicity. Handcrafted chairs that bore the mark of his hands, his sweat, and his heart, that's what he aimed for. There's an elegance in simplicity, a charm that comes from not overcomplicating things. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of modernity, but perhaps there's more wisdom in taking a step back and asking, what do I truly need to create something beautiful? Lessons from the grain, nature's teachings. Nature has been the maestro's greatest teacher. The curves of a branch, the patterns of a leaf, all these elements found their way into his creations. It's like he learned the language of trees, conversing through the veins of wood. As he puts it, nature speaks, and I merely translate. Could it be that we're missing out on these profound conversations by immersing ourselves too deeply in the digital hum of our devices? The endless pursuit, questions that linger 70 years, and the journey is still ongoing. The maestro ponders about the finish line. Does it even exist? Is mastery an ever-shifting goalpost, urging us to keep pushing, keep refining, keep seeking? He asks, have we lost sight of the joy in the journey while chasing an ever-elusive destination? These questions linger like a tune you can't quite get out of your head. Legacy in every chair, crafting a story. Each chair that leaves the maestro's workshop carries with it a piece of his story. It's more than just wood and nails, it's a narrative, a testament to the hours spent hunched over, working diligently. There's a certain magic in creating something with your hands, something that becomes a part of someone else's life. It beckons you to think, what stories are we weaving with our own hands? The heart of craftsmanship, a human connection in a world that's growing increasingly digital. The maestro reminds us of the importance of human connection. Crafting isn't just about making functional pieces, it's about touching lives. It's about infusing a bit of your soul into what you create. As he reflects, can we truly replace the warmth of a handcrafted chair with the cold efficiency of machines? The maestro's challenge, leaving footprints. 70 years is a long time, yet it's merely a drop in the ocean of time itself. The maestro leaves us with a challenge, to leave footprints. To carve our mark, to pour ourselves into what we do, no matter how long it takes. He leaves us with a lingering thought, what will your legacy be? How will you shape your craft, and in turn, how will it shape you? And so, the maestro's journey continues, a journey that started with a fascination for wood and evolved into a lifetime pursuit of mastery. 70 years, it's a span that makes you re-evaluate your own path. It's a story of the beauty of simplicity, the lessons of nature, and the power of patience. But above all, it's a story of leaving a legacy that's woven into the very fabric of the chairs he creates. As we wrap up this tale, it's only fitting to ask ourselves, Are we willing to dedicate ourselves, heart and soul, to something for 70 years? Are we ready to embrace the lessons of patience, simplicity, and human connection? Are we prepared to leave footprints that will outlast us? The Maestro's journey holds a mirror to our own aspirations, inviting us to embark on our own path of mastery, no matter where it leads. Now get ready to answer the questions. Question: how did the chair craftsmen start their journey, and what tools did they use? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the chair craftsmen began their journey with a simple fascination for crafting chairs. They used basic tools such as hammers and saws to create their pieces of art. These tools helped them shape the wood and bring their creative visions to life. With time, their passion grew, and they dedicated themselves to the craft, eventually mastering the use of these fundamental tools. Question: what role did mistakes play in the chair craftsman's journey? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: mistakes played a significant role in the chair craftsman's journey. Every mistake they made was a lesson learned, contributing to their growth and skill refinement. These errors taught them about the materials they worked with, the techniques they used, and the art of problem solving. Over time, these accumulated lessons turned them into a true master, able to avoid pitfalls and create exquisite pieces. Question: how did the chair craftsmen incorporate nature into their creations? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the chair craftsmen found inspiration in nature's elements. They observed the curves of branches and the patterns of leaves, using these natural designs as inspiration for their chair crafting. By incorporating these natural patterns, they added a touch of beauty that reflected the world around them. This connection to nature's elegance not only enhanced their craftsmanship but also reminded us of the beauty in simplicity and the lessons we can learn from the world outside. Question: what message did the chair craftsmen convey about patience and dedication? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the chair craftsman's remarkable 70-year journey conveyed a powerful message about patience and dedication. Through their slow and steady climb towards mastery, they highlighted the importance of perseverance and commitment in achieving one's goals. Their story reminds us that the path to excellence is not a quick sprint but a patient and continuous effort. In a world where instant gratification is often sought, the chair craftsman's story encourages us to value the journey and the time it takes to achieve true mastery. Question: in your opinion, why do you think the chair craftsmen emphasized human connection through their handcrafted chairs? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: in my opinion, the chair craftsmen's emphasis on human connection through their handcrafted chairs stems from the idea that each chair is more than just an object. By infusing their creations with their heart and soul, they wanted to create a bond between the craftsman, the chair, and the person who eventually uses it. In a digital age where many things are mass-produced, this emphasis on human touch adds a sense of uniqueness and authenticity. It reminds us that craftsmanship is not just about the end product, but also about the stories, experiences, and connections woven into each piece. A bear spray attack unfolded at a family camp in Montreal, sending 17 people to the hospital. The incident took place at the Val Notre Dame camp, where families were hoping for a peaceful vacation. However, what happened on that fateful night was anything but restful. The scene was the camp's cafeteria, where a group of 5 young individuals entered with a mission that defies understanding. Instead of enjoying the camaraderie of fellow campers, they targeted a man with a blast of bear spray. The consequences were immediate and severe. 17 people, ranging from children to adults, were rushed to the hospital due to the effects of inhaling the bear spray's volatile particles. Bear spray, designed to deter bear attacks, contains powerful chemicals that can cause intense eye and respiratory irritation. But what prompted these young men to use such a weapon on fellow campers? The motive remains a puzzle. The suspects, all males aged between 17 and 21, fled the scene but were later apprehended by the police. It's a relief that no serious injuries were reported, but the incident raises significant concerns. Camp should be a safe haven for families, a place to unwind and create lasting memories. How did it turn into a site of fear and danger? The camp's board of directors, who have been operating the Val Notre Dame camp for over 50 years, were left astounded by the event. Their mission had always been to provide families with a vacation filled with joy and relaxation. But this time, their mission was violently disrupted. As the police delve into the motives behind the attack, one question arises: could it be linked to a cottage rental? It's a mysterious angle that requires further exploration. One wonders about the connection between a cottage and a bear spray attack. Is there a deeper story here that we are missing? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Social workers were called in to understand the minds of the attackers. Why would they single out a man? Why attack one person, and not everyone in the cafeteria? The answers remain elusive, leaving us to ponder the psychology of the attackers. It's a grim reminder that even in places designed for happiness, darkness can seep in. The camp's board chair, Alan Cote, expressed his disappointment at the incident. He used the word deplorable, and rightly so. This attack was a violation of not just the camp's premises, but also of the trust and sense of security that people associate with such places. However, Cote remained steadfast in his commitment to the camp's mission. Despite this unfortunate event, the camp's mission to provide families with a rejuvenating vacation will continue. Strangely, this bear spray attack wasn't an isolated incident. In recent days, Canada has witnessed a trio of bear spray attacks. One occurred at a British Columbia mall, and another took place in a Toronto restaurant. It's unsettling to see such incidents multiply across different locations. Are these isolated acts or part of a disturbing trend? Is bear spray becoming a weapon of choice? It's important to acknowledge the underlying questions these incidents bring to the forefront. What prompts young people to resort to violence in public spaces? What drives them to use bear spray, a substance meant for self-defense against wildlife, on fellow human beings? Are we facing a larger issue of societal unrest that requires attention? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Camp Val Notre Dame's unfortunate experience should be a wake-up call. It reminds us that safety can never be taken for granted, even in places that seem immune to harm. As we await further investigation into the motives behind these attacks, one thing is clear: our communities need more than just physical safety measures. We need to foster an environment of understanding, empathy, and respect. Ultimately, the bear spray attack at Camp Val Notre Dame forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. It challenges us to dig deeper into the factors that lead to such incidents and to reflect on how we can collectively build a safer and more harmonious society. Until then, the families affected by this incident deserve our thoughts and support as they heal from this senseless act of violence. Now get ready to answer the questions. Question: what happened at the camp in Montreal? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: at the camp in Montreal, a distressing incident occurred. A group of young individuals entered the camp's cafeteria and used bear spray on a man. As a result, 17 people were taken to the hospital due to the effects of inhaling the spray. The situation turned a peaceful vacation spot into a site of concern and danger for the families present. Question: why did the suspects use bear spray on the man? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the exact motive behind the bear spray attack remains unclear. The suspects, all male and aged between 17 and 21, targeted a single man with the bear spray in the camp's cafeteria. The article suggests that it could be linked to a cottage rental, though no conclusive reason has been given. Social workers were involved to understand the attacker's mindset, as they wanted to attack only one person rather than everyone present. The lack of a clear motive raises questions about what drove them to commit such an act of violence. Question: how did the camp's board chair and police respond to the incident? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the camp's board chair, Alan Cote, expressed his disappointment at the incident, describing it as deplorable. Despite the unfortunate event, he emphasized the camp's commitment to its mission of providing families with a rejuvenating vacation. The police arrested the 5 suspects who fled after the attack. A police representative noted that social workers were called in to explain that the attack was directed at a single man, not everyone in the cafeteria. This highlights the efforts to understand the attacker's intentions. Question: do you think bear spray attacks are becoming a trend? Why or why not? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the article mentions that this bear spray attack was one of a series of incidents involving bear spray in Canada recently. This might indicate a concerning trend, though more information is needed to confirm this. The attacks, like the one at a British Columbia mall and a Toronto restaurant, raise questions about the reasons behind such actions. It's possible that the incidents are isolated, but the similarity in the weapons used makes one wonder if bear spray is becoming a weapon of choice. This potential trend raises concerns about the safety and security of public spaces. Question: how do you think incidents like this affect people's perception of safety in public places? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: incidents like the bear spray attack at the camp in Montreal can significantly impact people's sense of safety in public spaces. Camps are meant to be places of relaxation and enjoyment, but such events create fear and discomfort. Families may now question the security of public places they once considered safe. This incident reminds us that even seemingly peaceful environments can be disrupted by unexpected violence. People might become more cautious and alert, and they may demand stronger safety measures. The incident underscores the importance of addressing underlying factors that lead to such events and fostering a sense of security in communities. The beloved Crooked House pub in Staffordshire, UK, was engulfed in flames a mere 9 days after changing hands to new owners. The heart-wrenching incident took another startling turn when the historic establishment was bulldozed just 2 days later, sparking a flurry of investigations, questions, and petitions. Blaze of mystery, arson on the cards. The flames that reduced the Crooked House pub to ruins were no ordinary accident. Police have zeroed in on the sinister possibility of arson, the deliberate act of igniting the inferno. The cozy pub, once a hub of laughter, camaraderie, and cherished memories, now stands as a blackened shell. As the local police intensify their investigation, the question burns: who could have harbored such a malicious intent, and why? Answer in 3, 2, 1. A bulldozed legacy, planning breaches unearthed. If the fire itself wasn't puzzling enough, the subsequent bulldozing of the pub's remains added another layer of intrigue. Reports have surfaced that the bulldozing was executed without proper permissions from the local council. Could this be the result of a rushed decision, or was there something more calculated at play? The quaint and historic pub has transformed into a battleground of questions and uncertainties. Before the inferno, clues lurking in plain sight. Unearthing further mysteries, it has come to light that the excavator responsible for the pub's demolition had been brought onto the site a week prior to the fire. The timeline raises a host of eyebrows. Was this a mere coincidence or a smoking gun pointing toward a carefully orchestrated plan? The pub, once a cozy gathering spot, now harbors secrets and shadows that demand answers. Community grief and resilience, petition for rebirth. In the wake of the devastating loss, the community has rallied with resilience. Gathering at the smoldering remains of what was once the Crooked House pub, locals mourn not only the physical structure but also the intangible memories it held. A heartfelt petition, now amassing thousands of signatures, calls for the pub to rise again from its ashes. It's a plea for revival, a resurrection of the cherished meeting place that held laughter, friendships, and stories. Reflecting on the past, anticipating the future. As the investigation unfolds and the community's voices echo through the petition, one cannot help but reflect on the significance of the Crooked House pub. Its crooked beams and warm hearth were witnesses to countless conversations and shared moments. Now, its absence leaves a void that cannot be filled by bricks alone. The incident serves as a stark reminder of how a single act can irreversibly alter the course of history. From ashes to new beginnings, can the Crooked House rise again? The question remains, can the Crooked House pub rise again, phoenix-like, from its ashes? The petition's growing momentum suggests that the community fervently believes in the possibility. But rebuilding the physical structure is only part of the equation. The spirit of the pub, the sense of belonging and nostalgia, is what truly defined its charm. As investigations continue and debates about the future unfold, the heart of the matter lies in whether the Crooked House can retain its essence while undergoing a transformation. Conclusion: rekindling hope amidst the rubble. The Crooked House pub's fiery ordeal and subsequent demolition have shaken the community to its core. What was once a symbol of togetherness and cherished memories has turned into a symbol of intrigue and unanswered questions. While the investigators sift through evidence and the council examines potential breaches, the spirit of the community remains unbroken. The petition's call for rebirth speaks volumes about the collective hope that the pub can be more than just a memory, that it can once again be a cornerstone of the community's shared stories and laughter. As the future unfolds, one thing is certain: the Crooked House's legacy, no matter its physical form, will forever be etched in the heart of Staffordshire. Now get ready to answer the questions. Question: why did the Crooked House pub catch fire shortly after being sold to new owners? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the Crooked House pub in the UK caught fire not long after it changed owners. The fire is thought to have been started deliberately, according to the police. This unfortunate event has left the community in shock and sadness. The investigation is ongoing to determine the reasons behind this intentional fire. It's a puzzling situation that has left people wondering about the motives of the person or people responsible for this act. Question: how did the community respond to the destruction of the Crooked House pub? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the community reacted with deep sorrow when the Crooked House pub was destroyed. People gathered at the site of the ruined pub to mourn the loss of a place that held cherished memories and played a significant role in their lives. Furthermore, a petition has been circulating, gaining thousands of signatures, to advocate for the rebuilding of the pub. The sentiment behind the petition is a strong indication of the community's desire to see the Crooked House rise again and continue to be a place of connection and happiness. Question: what suspicions does the police have about the fire at the Crooked House pub? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the police are treating the fire at the Crooked House pub as a potential case of arson. This means they suspect that someone intentionally set fire to the pub. The pub was engulfed in flames shortly after it changed ownership, which raises questions about the motivation behind such an act. The police are working to uncover who might have been responsible for this malicious act and what might have driven them to do so. Question: why is the bulldozing of the Crooked House pub considered a noteworthy development? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the bulldozing of the Crooked House pub has attracted attention due to a few significant factors. First, it happened just 2 days after the fire, which could indicate a rapid decision-making process. Additionally, reports suggest that the bulldozing occurred without proper permission from the local council. This raises concerns about the legality of the demolition. It's an important development in the aftermath of the fire that adds complexity to the overall situation. Question: how has the community's response been reflected in the call for the Crooked House pub to be rebuilt? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the community's strong emotional connection to the Crooked House pub is evident in the petition that has garnered thousands of signatures, urging for the pub to be rebuilt. The petition reflects the shared sentiment of the community members who have fond memories of the pub. They are not only advocating for the physical structure to be reconstructed but also for the revival of the cherished moments and bonds that were created within the walls of the pub. The petition is a testament to the community's unity and determination to see their beloved pub restored. Today, we're diving into a gastronomic showdown that's as epic as any ancient battle. Imagine this: a big, burly behemoth of a man staring down at a small, humble burger. It's like David facing Goliath, but instead of slingshots, we've got forks and knives ready for action. So, grab your seats and get ready for a tale of appetites, challenges, and perhaps a bit of philosophical musing. Picture this scene: a bustling diner, the kind with neon lights and a jukebox humming in the corner. Among the crowd of diners is a man whose size could put even the linebackers to shame. He's the sort of guy you'd expect to see bench pressing cars for fun. Let's call him Big Mike. Now, Big Mike has a hunger that matches his stature, a hunger that can only be satisfied by a burger. Enter the burger, a tiny creation, almost comically small compared to Big Mike's gargantuan frame. It's your classic cheeseburger, with a slender beef patty, a slice of cheese, a sprinkle of lettuce, and a whisper of ketchup. The kind of burger that could easily be overlooked on a menu dominated by towering, multi-layered monstrosities. But here's where things get interesting. Big Mike doesn't opt for one of those colossal burgers that are practically a meal in themselves. No, he locks eyes with that small burger, and it's as if a challenge has been issued. Can this little burger hold its own against his massive appetite? Can size truly measure up to flavor and satisfaction? As Big Mike takes his first bite, the world seems to pause for a moment. The small burger, dwarfed by his enormous hands, disappears with remarkable speed. And just like that, it's gone, a mere morsel on its journey to gastronomic glory. But did it satisfy? Did it quell the rumblings of Big Mike's hunger, or did it leave him yearning for more? This spectacle raises some intriguing questions. In a world where bigger often seems better, can something small still pack a punch? Can a humble burger, with its unassuming ingredients and modest size, compete against the grandeur of a colossal feast? And what does this showdown say about our perceptions of satisfaction, fulfillment, and our unending quest for more? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Perhaps it's a lesson in the art of simplicity. We live in a world that bombards us with options, where excess is the norm. But can the minimalist approach, exemplified by that tiny burger, teach us something valuable? Can it show us that sometimes, less truly is more? After all, it's not about the quantity we consume, but the quality of the experience. Let's shift our focus for a moment from Big Mike's appetite to our own lives. How often do we find ourselves chasing after the biggest, shiniest, and most extravagant things? Are we overlooking the joy that can be found in life's simpler pleasures, much like that unassuming burger? Maybe it's time to savor the moments that might seem small on the surface but are rich in their own right. Now, back to our burger drama. As Big Mike wipes his mouth, his satisfaction is evident. He's conquered the challenge, showing that a big appetite doesn't always demand a big meal. And as for that tiny burger, it might be small in stature, but it's left a big impression on the evening, and perhaps even on our perceptions. So, here's a thought: the next time you're faced with a choice between the extravagant and the humble, remember the tale of Big Mike and the small burger. Consider what truly satisfies you. Is it the sheer volume, or is it the experience itself? Sometimes, the mightiest victories come from unexpected sources. As we wrap up our gastronomic saga, let's raise a metaphorical toast to Big Mike, the small burger, and the insights they've imparted. Let's remember that life's battles aren't always won with brute force, and that there's beauty in embracing the small, the simple, and the authentic. And who knows? Maybe the next time you're at a diner, faced with an array of options, you'll find yourself gravitating towards that unassuming item on the menu, ready to savor its charm. And with that, our tale concludes. Until next time, keep your appetite curious, your perspective open, and your burgers perfectly sized for your own version of satisfaction. Now get ready to answer the questions. Question: what kind of burger did Big Mike choose at the diner? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: Big Mike chose a small burger at the diner. This burger was quite tiny, almost like a toy compared to his size. Despite the many big burgers on the menu, he went for this small one, and it turned out to be a surprisingly satisfying choice. Question: why did Big Mike choose the small burger over the big ones? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: Big Mike went for the small burger because he wanted to try something different. Even though big burgers are usually popular and tempting, he wanted to see if the small burger could still bring him satisfaction. And indeed, his decision to choose the small burger showed that size doesn't always matter when it comes to enjoying a meal. Question: what lesson does the story teach us about small things? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the story teaches us that small things can have a big impact. Even though the burger was small, it managed to satisfy Big Mike's hunger and make him happy. This shows us that we shouldn't underestimate the value of small moments and experiences in life. Just like the small burger's success, small actions, choices, and joys can make a significant difference in our lives. Question: what did Big Mike's choice of the small burger reveal about him? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: Big Mike's choice of the small burger revealed that he was open to trying new things and wasn't swayed by popular choices. He didn't choose the biggest burger just because it was big. Instead, he chose the small burger because he wanted to see if it could meet his appetite. His willingness to think outside the box and go against the norm showed his adventurous and curious nature. Question: do you think people should pay more attention to small, simple things in life? Why or why not? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: yes, people should definitely pay more attention to small, simple things in life. The story of Big Mike and the small burger highlights how such things can bring unexpected happiness and satisfaction. In our fast-paced world, we often overlook the little joys and moments that can truly enrich our lives. Just like Big Mike found contentment in a small burger, we can find joy in simple pleasures, whether it's a quiet walk in the park, a warm cup of tea, or a kind gesture from a friend. Embracing simplicity and appreciating the small things can lead to a more balanced and fulfilling life. For Australian tourists and 2 Indonesian crew members have been successfully rescued after being stranded at sea for a harrowing 38 hours. The ordeal took place in a remote area of the ocean off the coast of Indonesia, where the group had embarked on an adventurous journey. The tale began with 17 individuals, a mix of surf enthusiasts and crew members, setting out on 2 boats from North Nias to the picturesque Penang Island. This tropical destination is renowned for its magnificent waves, perfect for surfing, and its idyllic beaches that beckon travelers from across the globe. As the group ventured forth, excitement was in the air, mingling with the anticipation of catching some incredible waves. But Mother Nature had other plans. The weather turned foul, with heavy rain battering the boats. In the face of adversity, one of the vessels sought refuge on a different island, while the other, a sturdy 30-foot wooden boat, pressed on undeterred. Unfortunately, misfortune struck the latter boat. The connection with it was severed on a fateful Sunday night, plunging the group into a desperate situation. As the hours stretched into a seemingly endless ordeal, questions arose. What had transpired to separate them from the safety of land? How had the unforgiving ocean tested their resilience and strength? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Then, in a twist of fate, hope emerged from the depths of uncertainty. The 4 Australian surfers, along with 2 of the Indonesian crew members, were spotted adrift on their surfboards. The sea had become both their adversary and their savior. The unyielding waves that had once excited them were now the force that had cast them into the open sea. Yet, their surfboards had become a lifeline, preserving them amidst the vastness of the ocean. But the narrative doesn't end there, it unfolds further with its own unique layers. 3 of the surfers managed to find each other, clinging to their boards, as they navigated the tides together. Meanwhile, the 4th surfer, showing remarkable resourcefulness and determination, paddled towards an island in search of help. His individual journey underscored the spirit of survival and camaraderie that defined their struggle. The search for answers continues as families and friends anxiously wait for news of the 3rd Indonesian crew member, who remains missing. What transpired during those 38 hours that led to the separation of the group? How did the survivors find the strength to endure the elements and maintain hope in the face of uncertainty? These questions linger, serving as a testament to the human spirit's resilience. As loved ones of the surfers and crew members grapple with anxiety and relief, the story also resonates with the universal desire for adventure and exploration. The pursuit of thrilling experiences often comes hand in hand with unpredictability. How can we balance our yearning for excitement with the need for safety and preparedness? The father of one of the surfers spoke from the heart when he shared his hope for his son's continued enjoyment of life's pleasures. Amidst the backdrop of this life-affirming tale, he voiced the sentiment of many. What does it mean to embrace life fully, to seize the moment even in the face of adversity? How can we honor such moments without ignoring potential risks? In the end, this gripping account of survival, resilience, and the unfathomable power of nature reminds us of the fragility and strength of the human experience. It casts a spotlight on the unpredictability of the elements and the courage required to navigate through life's challenges. As the rescued surfers and crew members find their way back to familiar shores, their story serves as a reminder that sometimes, the most extraordinary tales unfold in the midst of ordinary pursuits. And so, the waves that once carried them to the heart of danger now guide them towards safety. The ocean, both a tempestuous adversary and a life-giving force, has etched its mark on their journey. As we reflect on this astonishing narrative, let us be inspired to cherish our own journeys, to embrace the unknown with a spirit of resilience, and to find solace in the shared human experience. Now get ready to answer the questions. Question: what were the initial plans of the group of tourists and crew members before they got stranded at sea? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the group of tourists and crew members initially embarked on a trip from North Nias to Penang Island, a beautiful spot with excellent waves for surfing. They hoped to enjoy the waves and the lovely beaches that the island is known for. Question: how did the group get separated during the trip, and what actions did they take to ensure their safety? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the group got separated due to bad weather. One boat took shelter on a different island to escape the heavy rain, while the other boat, carrying 4 Australian surfers and 3 Indonesian crew members, continued on its course. This decision eventually led to their disconnection and subsequent rescue. Question: why did one of the surfers decide to paddle towards an island, and how did his actions highlight the spirit of survival? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: one of the surfers decided to paddle towards an island in search of help because he wanted to ensure the safety of his friends. His resourcefulness and determination were evident in his actions, highlighting the importance of looking out for each other in challenging situations. Question: what challenges did the surfers and crew members face during their 38 hours at sea, and how did they manage to stay afloat? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: during their 38 hours at sea, the surfers and crew members faced adverse weather conditions, heavy rain, and strong waves. They managed to stay afloat on their surfboards, using them as a lifeline to survive in the open ocean. Question: how does the story of the surfers' rescue teach us about the importance of resilience and friendship in the face of adversity? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the story of the surfers' rescue teaches us the value of resilience and friendship when confronted with difficulties. The surfers' determination to stay together and their unwavering spirit of survival highlight the importance of staying strong and helping one another, even in the face of uncertainty. This tale underscores the significance of camaraderie and resourcefulness in overcoming challenges. A new invasive hornet species, known as the yellow-legged hornet, Vespa velutina, has been spotted in the United States for the very first time. This unwelcome discovery has raised a host of questions about the potential impacts on our environment, agriculture, and bee populations. Let's dive straight into the facts. The intruder arrives. Imagine this: a hornet species not native to our land makes an appearance. This is exactly what has happened with the yellow-legged hornet. Hailing from the distant shores of Southeast Asia, this species has somehow found its way to our backyard. But why is this such a big deal? Invasion Nation: when a species from a different part of the world sets up shop in a new place, it's called an invasion. And this isn't your typical neighborly visit, it's more like an uninvited guest who's here to stay. These invasive species often bring chaos, disrupting the harmony that the local environment has established over time. The buzz about bees: one of the main reasons why the arrival of the yellow-legged hornet is raising eyebrows is its appetite for bees. This hornet doesn't just hang around sipping nectar, it preys on bees. Imagine if you had a bully in your neighborhood who kept stealing your lunch every day. That's kind of what's happening to the honeybees, except it's not their lunch, it's their lives. These hornets are bee predators, and with bees being crucial for pollinating crops, this could spell trouble for our food supply. The bee connection: now, let's connect the dots. Bees are like the unsung heroes of the food world. They flit around from flower to flower, transferring pollen and helping plants produce fruits and seeds. This process, called pollination, is essential for crops to grow. From apples to almonds, strawberries to squash, a lot of what ends up on our plates depends on these tiny, buzzing insects. If the yellow-legged hornet starts munching on them, it could disrupt this delicate balance. Down on the farm, imagine walking into a grocery store with barren shelves, devoid of your favorite fruits and veggies. That's not a scenario anyone would want to face. Now, let's backtrack a bit. If bees are in trouble due to the hornets, it doesn't just affect the bees themselves. It's like a domino effect: bees help crops grow, and crops become our food. If the bees vanish, the crops suffer, and ultimately, we end up with less food. An urgent call to action. So, what's being done about this situation? Authorities are not sitting idly by, twiddling their thumbs. They are taking action to track and eliminate these invaders. It's like setting up a hornet search party, but instead of party hats, everyone's wearing beekeeping suits. The goal is to catch these hornets before they spread like wildfire, causing irreversible damage. Learning from the past, remember the murder hornets that were making headlines a while back? Well, it turns out they're related to the yellow-legged hornets. These hornets earned their dramatic nickname due to their deadly reputation. They are larger and fiercer than the yellow-legged ones, but that doesn't mean the yellow-legged hornets should be taken lightly. Learning from the past, we must act swiftly to avoid a repeat of the chaos caused by their larger cousins. The DNA detective. Just like detectives analyze fingerprints to solve crimes, scientists are examining the DNA of these hornets to trace their origin. Imagine if hornets had passports. Scientists are trying to figure out where these invaders came from. This information can provide valuable insights into their journey and help us understand how to prevent further introductions in the future. The bottom line, the discovery of the yellow-legged hornet in the US is not just a piece of news, it's a wake-up call. It's a reminder that our ecosystems are delicate, and even the introduction of a single species can set off a chain reaction. We rely on bees and other pollinators more than we might realize. These little insects play a big role in keeping our food system running smoothly. Looking ahead, as we navigate this new challenge, let's remember that every action we take can make a difference. By staying informed, supporting efforts to control invasive species, and advocating for pollinator-friendly practices, we can protect our environment, our agriculture, and the future of our food. The yellow-legged hornet might be a new player on the scene, but it's up to us to determine how its story unfolds in our ecosystem. In conclusion, the arrival of the yellow-legged hornet is a stark reminder that our ecosystems are fragile and interconnected. With the potential to disrupt pollinators and agriculture, it's a wake-up call for us to take action and safeguard the delicate balance of nature. So, let's roll up our sleeves, work together, and ensure that the story of the yellow-legged hornet doesn't become a cautionary tale of ecological disruption. Now get ready to answer the questions. Question: why is the discovery of the yellow-legged hornet in the US a cause for concern? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: the discovery of the yellow-legged hornet in the US is a big worry because this hornet is not native here. It's an invasive species from Asia. This means it can harm our environment and other insects, like bees. These hornets like to eat bees, and bees are important for plants to grow. If bees disappear, it could be bad for our food. We need to take care of our environment and make sure these hornets don't cause trouble. Question: how do yellow-legged hornets affect bees and agriculture? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: yellow-legged hornets are a big problem for bees and agriculture. These hornets eat bees and insects that are helpful for plants. Bees are important for pollinating, which helps plants make fruit and seeds. If the hornets eat too many bees, it can hurt the crops we grow for food. We need bees to help plants grow. This shows how important it is to stop these hornets from spreading. Question: what actions are being taken to handle the yellow-legged hornet situation? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: experts are working together to solve the yellow-legged hornet problem. They wear special clothes to catch the hornet safely. They're also checking the DNA of the hornets to find out where they came from. This information can help us understand how to stop them from spreading more. Authorities are taking this seriously and want to protect our environment and agriculture. Question: why are bees so important for our food supply? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: bees are like nature's helpers for growing food. They fly from flower to flower, carrying pollen. This pollen helps plants make fruit and seeds. Many of the foods we like fruits and vegetables, need bees to grow. If the bees have trouble, our food can have trouble too. That's why it's important to make sure bees are safe and healthy. Question: in what ways can people help deal with the yellow-legged hornet issue? Answer in 3, 2, 1. Answer: people can do a lot to help. They can learn about these hornets and how they harm bees. They can also support the efforts of experts who are catching and studying the hornets. It's important to follow rules about moving things from one place to another, because these hornets might spread that way. By protecting bees and our environment, we can make sure our food supply stays safe.